Sitting quietly south of West Hampton Lake rests the remains of 20-plus former slaves who worked the plantation that became the University of Richmond's main campus. Dr. Ryan Smith is a history professor at VCU and is the author of the book Death and Rebirth in Southern Cities, Richmond's Historic Cemeteries.
University of Richmond knew about those burials in previous generations. As late as the 1950s, there were news reports of them. But again, nothing constructive was done until the story returned in the 2010s.
Following an archaeological dig in 2020, U of R put together a burial ground committee dedicated to engaging with descendants and architects to determine the best way to memorialize the people buried underneath the campus. Simone Reed is a senior at U of R and is a member of the Burial Ground Committee.
So I think as a student, obviously we live here, we walk here every day. I think for me it was a really visceral experience to understand that there's literally just a mass grave of slaves on our campus. I think that makes me deeply uncomfortable. So I think the school has a huge responsibility to at least reckon with that and try to rectify the mistakes that were made in the past.
Richmond as a whole has a long history of desecrating historically black cemeteries. Take the East Marshall Street well, for example, which has yet to be permanently memorialized by VCU.
It's ironic that these two major educational institutions here in town, we can't say that they played a leading role in this, that they were kind of dragged into it by pressure.
Reporting for WVCU News, I'm Jimmy Sidney.